Welcome back. And so now we turn our attention to sports as we look at the state of things as far as the AFCON qualifiers are concerned. Our colleague and correspondent sports, Cecilia Omorogwe, joins us now on the program. It's good to see you again, Cecilia. How are you doing?
It's great to be here, but not really a happy morning. We're supposed to have a happy morning, right?
You're not looking like what the Super Eagles are going through.
Yeah.
No. The expression looks like it. Cecilia would have been smiling if we're talking about the match that Nigeria won, but it looks like things are different. So what's the state of things with the Super Eagles?
Okay, right now, I was only in the tweet by the captain, William Troost-Ekong, saying from after waiting for 12 hours, that obviously they may just boycott the game. So that's what is happening now. And I think I will support that. Okay, let me give it, let's try to paint a picture of what actually happened. Okay, right, okay, now. The Super Eagles of Nigeria traveled yesterday to Libya, for the return leg. They won the first leg in Uyo. And before the game, the Libyans were complaining that the way they were received in Nigeria, they didn't like it. And the NFF came out to say that, look, it was misinformation. They were supposed to have landed in Uyo straight up, but they landed in Port Harcourt, and they didn't send information on time. At the time the NFF received, it was 3 hours delay, so they had to send the bus, but they refused to enter, the bus that NFF sent. They used their small buses to convey themselves to Uyo. So I think they're trying to do a payback time, but this is worse.
Sorry, who's trying to do a payback?
The Libyans, because according to them, they were mistreated in Nigeria. That's according to them. But NFF released a statement saying that wasn't true, because they were supposed to have landed straight into you, and of course, you arrange for a delegation that will receive them, then take them to the airport, make them welcome and everything. But instead of that, they landed in Port Harcourt, and then the NFF didn't know. At the time they were told, so they wasted like 3 hours. There's a particular picture circulating that they were Libyan players. But if you take a look at that picture very well, you know that they don't even look like the players who played on the field on Friday. That's a picture circulating where they were seated at the airport waiting. But even if they had waited, it was like 3 hours, But right now, it's been 13 hours, according to the captain of the team, William Troost-Ekong, a series of tweets. We can actually see the tweets right now. You read through the tweets and see that it's really, really sad. And Victor Boniface also, had some tweets. Okay, you can see it right there, Kayode, when he said 12 hours in an abandoned airport in Libya after our plane was diverted while descending. Libya government rescinded our approval, landing in Benghazi with no reason. And they've locked the airport gate and left us without phone connection, food or drink, all to play mind games.
Come on.
This is not looking good at all. He said they actually expected stuff before. They actually expected something. They've experienced something like this, while playing in Africa. But this is really disgraceful, because this is not what you expect to happen. I'm trying to find a way to actually express my anger right now. Even the Tunisian pilots, who thankfully managed to navigate the last-minute change to an airport, not fit for a plane to land, but never seen something like this before. So they went to a smaller airport to land, which is not supposed to be. And after that, upon arrival, they couldn't even find a nearby airport to rest with. They couldn't find an airport to rest, no hotel to rest, nowhere. They could not even sleep. So right now, they want to just boycott the game and come back home.
Because what's the other option, right? If they're not allowing them in, there's no point, right?
And that's why they said they've actually called for Nigerian government to intervene and rescue them from that. As a captain, together with the team, we've decided that we will not play this game. CAF should look at the reports and what is happening here. Even if they decide to allow them to play the game, they may not allow this kind of behavior. Let them have the point. We will not accept to travel anywhere by road here. Even with security, it is not safe. We can only imagine what the hotel or food would be like giving to us if we continue.
Now, if we would look at the genesis of this challenge, which was when they came to Nigeria and they were stranded at the airport.
They were not really stranded.
They refused to board the bus that was provided.
Yeah, and they used their own.
NFF provided a statement to say that it was due to misinformation. Is that misinformation pardonable? Did somebody drop the ball there?
It wasn't like they didn't tell them. We know how the North Africans work. This is not the first time. It happens on the continent sometimes when clubs, Eyimba has experienced a lot of it. Rivers United too also, they've experienced something like this. That when they're traveling, that they just let them be. They just let them be. Sometimes they don't even, provide the necessary reception for them. We know we Nigerians, we are very receptible people. We know that. We even welcome foreigners more than ourselves. Yes, more. Yeah, we know how we behave. We welcome foreigners more than ourselves because we follow teams. We see how we know how we receive our own teams when they're here. What happened to them wasn't Nigerian Football Federation's fault. It was their own fault. If they had told, they were not supposed to go to Port Harcourt. They were supposed to go to Uyo. Why land in Port Harcourt? Where you expected to land in Uyo to start with. So you landed in Uyo. They didn't get the information 3 hours later. So what happened then? So even if that had happened, fine. But theirs was 3 hours, right? Fine. So what happened here?
They multiplied 3 by 4.
That's the thing. So you don't do that, and they're still there.
So this looks like deliberate payback.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is not even payback. This is. Should we use the word evil or something? Because it's more than 3. The traveling by road is more than 3 hours to where they will go to eventually. Now, if they experience this now, as Truth said, where would they put them? Where would they put them?
And this match is for.
It's tomorrow.
It's for tomorrow. So the options.
Our players haven't slept.
Right.
They haven't rested. They're supposed to train this evening for that game. Have a light training. And once they land, usually they'll go straight to the airport, have a light training, just walk around the airport to stretch themselves and everything. In the evening, they have a light training session, and in the morning they just walk around. The morning walk before the game in the evening.
So let me paint another picture, or let me buttress the point. Nigeria is at the top of the group.
Yes.
Libya is
bottom.
At the bottom.
A point from 3 matches.
From 3 matches.
Yes.
Nigeria won the last match.
Yes.
Right, 1-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they packed the bus.
Even though they packed the bus.
Even though they packed the bus,
we still won the match.
9 defenders.
Now, I'm trying to look at this at least dispassionately.
Yeah.
I'm always for the Super Eagles, right? Yeah. But I want to look at this dispassionately. You've explained what happened on the Nigerian side, right? And hey, what does Nigeria have to really gain or lose from this in any way? If we really, Nigeria has a good team, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that we want to delay them or anything just so that we can have an edge over them. I think Nigeria always wins that fair play award. We are one of the teams that is always fair when they play on the field. So I've tried to explain that. Now to what they're doing. Now this has happened. They've delayed our players. I imagine how the players feel because football is a performance game. Your mind, your body has to be the very best for you to perform. What are the options available? I know he has said that give them the point.
It's 30 points.
But so CAF has a major role to play. NFF has a major role to play. Even the Nigerian government at large, diplomatically, has a major role to play. So what are the options available now? Has this happened before? What were the options then?
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking, trying to do a research to see. I haven't seen it before. I haven't.
Wow.
I haven't seen this situation much. Yes, it's not this terrible. But I know that when a team refuses to play a match, CAF will just award the points to the home team since the others refuse to play. That's usually the clear point.
If they refuse, but not if they are. This is like a force majeure.
That's what precisely they've been forced to pull out. So CAF will award it to the home team if the team come in and saying they refuse to play. But CAF will need to investigate this and see if they can justify the reasons why the Super Eagles are refusing to play is enough for them to just nullify the whole match and then maybe reschedule the game or give the 3 points to Libya. But I think, from what I know about CAF, they may probably they may just give the 3 points. You know what I want to say, right? Libya. They may just give the 3 points to Libyans. They may feel this it may not be. I really don't know. But I think from when teams refuse to play, the usual thing is you give it to the home team. Yeah, maybe that's what they're trying to do, frustrate the Super Eagles so much, and then they will get angry and go back. They will now write to CAF that the team did not come, and the referee will perform the usual match I'm trying to remember it now. Usually, the match formalities, and after that, they declare, okay, 3 points goes to the home team. That's usually what happens. But if you, I mean, just look at these players now. I mean, they were at the airport for a very, very long time. And
I was going to say that's
no food, no water, no phones, no communication, nothing. So it's terrible.
Those are the bits and pieces of evidence, that should justify why the Eagles are saying that they're not going to play. But Sisi, I'm more concerned about what could have been done to prevent this. From everything that you have said, it appears as if we know the character of the Libyans. Speaking of which, because it's seeming like it's becoming a diplomatic situation now. Don't you think that the NFF ought to have done something, to prevent matters from degenerating to this level?
How? I'm going to throw it back at you because I mean you're traveling to another country for a game. Usually a delegation will be there to welcome you and take you to your hotel and make you comfortable. That's what it's done. That's the usual thing that is being done everywhere across the world. Now, what could they have done differently? They were traveling with a value jet with a charter flight. So they needed to provide a clearance for them to land. And then they couldn't land where they were supposed to land. They took them to a smaller airport. Who does that? Let's start from there. What could they have done differently? So maybe what truth, according to the tweets
after what happened in Nigeria, did you anticipate that this would happen?
What happened in Nigeria wasn't something, it wasn't big. It wasn't like, it was just misinformation. It wasn't, I don't know how to put it. Like, you were supposed to, they ask you, this is where we've given you clearance. And you went somewhere else. Who do you blame? You went somewhere else. At the time you make your communication known, it was, okay, they responded 3 hours later. Where would the blame go? And they even come out and they apologize for that. But if, for instance, Nigeria they've landed in that another airport, for instance, and then they still come and take them, but this is not making sense.
Sisi, we are behind our Super Eagles.
Yes.
We need to ensure, and I'm talking about the NFF, the Nigerian authorities, Libyan authorities need to ensure that the right thing is done. If the players don't feel safe, by all means, they should come back home where they feel safe, okay? And then we'll take it up from there. But CAF needs to look at this dispassionately and ensure that this is not encouraged. Because other teams will just say, oh, fine, this is a game plan. We're going to frustrate any team that is coming. Frustrate them, 20 hours, keep them at the airport so that we can get a walkover and get the 3 points. So we have to anchor at this point, but clearly, I know you are keeping a watch of this. I know you are speaking with the team as well. So stay with us right here on Channels Television. But Sisi, it's not a happy day. You don't look the part, as I say. You look very good. So I really hope Nigerians will look at you and get some joy.
It's not our typical sports segment with Sisi. I wish we were talking about something more joyous about the performance of the
Do you understand? That's what we're planning. And then this morning, the story started trickling in. I thought by now, by the time the show starts, everything would have been settled. But right now, I think I will support a boycott, really. This should just teach North Africans a lesson. They shouldn't play this game.
Thank you so much, Sisi, for this. Cecilia Morgbe, I know you are following this, so we'll get back to you as soon as you have more. But thank you. Have a great day.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of which, stick with our sports segment for updates on this. Of course, we'll be bringing you all of the updates that you require. And we hope that, things play out well. But more importantly, that our Super Eagles are safe, whatever happens. Thank you so much for watching the program today. It's just the start of the week. We have so much lined up for you throughout the week. So join us on the Morning Brief on Channels Television. I am Bukola Koka.
And I'm Kayode Okikilu. Sunrise Daily is next, and I can tell you it is going to be a package. Goodbye.